Day 32 of lockdown, and guess who just got a text saying that they are certified COVID-free at the moment. Anyway, if you happen to have an old school copy of the Phoenix Files, you can turn to the back and you will find this handsome fellow staring back at you. This photo is from my one and only ever professional real author photo shoot. We did it back in 2008 in Melbourne. And good news, everybody, I was digging through my computer the other day and I found the folder with all of the other shots from that photo shoot. So let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? As we do this, you need to bear in mind that these are like the hand-picked best shots of anything we got that day. This hair, this is I think my aspirational hair if this lockdown continues. How photoshopped are these? Because that's a very pale, maybe I was just a very pale boy. I was probably just a very pale boy, you guys. The eyes though, come on. Like two tranquil rock pools on a winter's day. I do remember that at some point in the photo shoot, the guy was like, okay, just look down the lens of the camera and smile gently. And so I gave him my best smile and he was like, okay, just look down, just look down at the camera. What is this side eye I'm giving? Hey ladies, these are worse than I remembered. It's just this dead-eyed face. I just don't know how to have my photo taken. Again, another weird, not quite right smile. So I think this is the one that we ended up using, which fair enough, it is like so far the most inoffensive one that we've looked at. Now this is the one where apparently I am in a boy band, but the other four members are invisible. Why didn't we use this one? This one, maybe it's just because I have looked at so many of these, but this one seems almost normal. What was up with this like brooding, serious face I was pulling in all of these photos? I guess we were going with Chris Morphew, serious literary science fiction author. But you know me. Oh, and here is me stuck behind the glass and I'm not looking happy about it. Help me, I'm stuck in a fish tank. See, this one, you know I'm an author because I'm holding a book. The sunlight in my hair is dazzling in this one, I've got to say. And again, you can tell I'm an author by how I'm at a bookshop. I take back what I said about the hair. This is just what happens when it grows out to its first curl and there's like nothing to be done with it. So what have we learned today? Don't try and take a photo of Chris. I wish I could tell you the situation had improved in the last 10 plus years, but nah. My friend Helen told me that her solution to all of this was that one day she just went to the mirror and just stood there for as long as it took to figure out what her ideal smile looked and felt like, and she just replicates that every time. Now I have tried that advice. Did not work. Anyway, the thing that originally set me off on this trip down memory lane was I was reading this excellent book by Andrew Peterson called Adorning the Dark. And in here, he talks about how he is similarly a photo shoot hater. He tells this story about this photo shoot that he was doing for an album cover once. And he was, you know, standing there being awkward with all the cameras on him and all self-conscious and like, same, I get it. But anyway, someone came to him and they said, look, here's what you got to do. You've got to just pick somebody else out of the crowd. And instead of focusing on how awkward you are, like focus on them. Oh, look. Now they're looking into the camera, now they're standing up, now they're scratching their head, now they're turning around to talk to that person. And before you know it, you forget all about how awkward you look and you start acting natural again because you're being you looking at them instead of being you looking at yourself and feeling awkward about it. Anyway, lest you think I am whiling away my lockdown hours reading books that are just full of photo shoot advice, that's not his point. His point was to say this: once again, Jesus was right all along. We are most ourselves when we're thinking least about ourselves. And the reason I am making a video about that idea is because many of you watching are stuck in lockdown, and I don't know about you, but for me, the more I just like look inward at how miserable I'm feeling or how lonely it is or how frustrating it is or whatever the particular thing is for you, the more miserable I feel. I just get bogged down in that. But what I found is the more I turn my focus outward on, first of all, Jesus and how I can trust him because he's in control so I don't have to be. But secondly, the more that I focus outward on other people and think, how can I love and bless and help them in the lockdown? the better I end up feeling. Turns out that when Jesus said the focus of our lives should be to love God and to love other people, he wasn't just like laying down the rules, he was explaining how things are. He was explaining how life works. The path to the most love and joy and peace is not inward focused, but it's outward focused. Now, my point here isn't when you feel sad, just repress those feelings and go help somebody else instead. Like, obviously it's important to process how we feel and to talk it through with people and all of that. But the longer this lockdown goes on, the more I'm discovering that the path to the greatest life and joy and peace is to trust that God's got everything under control, to let go of my worry and to replace that with prayer, and then to just get out there and make the best of this for other people. And I find that over and over and over again, as I do that, I feel a heck of a lot better myself. Anyway, who'd have thought this would turn into one of the serious ones? But here we are. I hope that helps. Also, a reminder that if you're looking for a book to read, I mean, honestly, read this one first. It's so good. But also, this one is 30% off. That's like less than $10. There's like 100 days of stuff here. That's like 10 cents a day. Is that right? I don't really do maths, but it's a bargain is what I'm saying.